Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be, I'm trying to find our test subject here. In today's video we're going to be reviewing the new Lakme 9 to 5 Primer Plus Matte Perfect Cover Foundation. Now you guys, I have so much to say about this. Let's take a look at this beauty. So this is the very first foundation that Lakme has come out with. 16 shades of foundation. Their claim is that they match 100% of Indian skin tones. I have something to say about that, but before all that, let's quickly take a look at the packaging. I have to say that I really like this packaging because this comes in a nice thick glass bottle. If you are clumsy like me, you have to be careful, but glass means less plastic, which is nicer. It also feels heavy and, you know, luxe. It costs you only 475 rupees for 25 ml. So the price is brilliant. It's right there in between. It's not too cheap, it's not too expensive, it is affordable. You get a good amount in there, and there are 16 shades. But the cap up top over here is made of plastic. It looks like metal, but it is made of plastic, and it's kind of flimsy. When you open it, it kind of is rickety. It doesn't have a good sturdy feel to it, very opposite to what the actual bottle feels. And even the spatula is very like kind of unstable and not really also, I thought this is one of those doe foot applicator kind of a thing where you can go directly onto your face. It's not the most hygienic way to apply foundation, but it definitely is a very convenient way to apply it. But I realized it's just a spatula. When you apply this straight on your face, it definitely tends to drip all over, you know, it doesn't hold it in. It's not supposed to be a sponge tip applicator, it's just a spatula. That was my mistake. So what I do right now is I have a little palette, so I take a little bit of the foundation, drop it into the palette, and then I use my beauty blender to pick up the foundation from the palette and apply it on my face, and it works just fine. I love the matte glass effect and the glossy text on it, and all of the claims and everything is written right here. This is a question that I get repeatedly. Lakme is 100% cruelty free. India has a law that bans animal testing for all cosmetics within India. So as long as Lakme is not sold in China, where they are forced to test on animals, Lakme remains cruelty free because it is a 100% authentic Indian brand. In India, it's banned to test on animals. So Lakme is cruelty free, guys. Don't worry about that. Now let's move on to the big guns of the claim. Obviously, it comes in 16 shades. We over here have been making noise about bringing in darker shades, and they have listened. Guys, they have listened. Now I'm not going to swatch all the shades on my arm because from my previous videos I realized that as long as they are not close to my color, all of them are gonna either look really pale on me. They all look the same. So it's really deceiving and not true to what it is when I swatch a foundation all over my arm. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm not gonna do that. I am not the happiest with the shade range. I am kind of a medium dark complexion, and I fall in the last 3 shades. Like I have to mix and match the last 3 shades of all of these 16 shades to get my foundation. So if you are darker, much darker than me, you're not still gonna find a foundation that suits your complexion. This is what I do not like about the range. But what I do like about the range is that they have cool, neutral and warm shades with all these 16 shades, which is amazing. I don't see a lot of Indian brands actually tackle tones, you know, the undertones in the foundation range itself. So for example, this is the color C380, and the C stands for cool, just like in MAC and in L'Oreal, you know. So that is really nice and indicative of what undertone this foundation would have. And I'm a neutral and I go for ends usually, but in this particular range I found that the best match for me was when I mixed foundations. We'll talk about that later. We definitely have to applaud Lakme for bringing in 16 shades from the 3 shades and the 5 shades that they had for all of these years. They are making a difference, guys, and as long as we support them and we let them know that we appreciate this change, I think that they will definitely bring out darker shades, deeper shades. Like what we have to do is continue to create this buzz and let them know that we are here. The customer base with dark skin is here. I am here for it. I would have definitely wished that there were more in between shades so that I didn't have to mix foundations to get my perfect shade, but this is definitely an amazing beginning, guys. So that's what I have to say about the shade range, the most exciting part of the whole launch. Now let's talk about the other claims on this foundation. It says built-in primer, matte foundation with SPF of 20, natural flawless finish, perfect cover, long wear formula, medium to high buildable coverage. To use, shake well before use, twist cap and gently open. The directions stop right there. So obviously Lakme assumes that you know how to apply your foundation. But actually, you know guys, applying foundation is not difficult as long as you get the right shade. This definitely gives you a full coverage. This is one of those foundations that a bride can wear. If you are going for a party where you need a full coverage, flawless looking face, I definitely recommend this. This has a very smooth, buttery application. It's not difficult at all, especially if you're using a beauty blender, because it has a slight thicker consistency. It's not one of those water weight light liquid formula. It's a little bit thick and creamy. Oh, did you see how it went flying up? That's what I was talking about. It's a little rickety up top over here. I want you to take a look at the consistency of this. Do you see how it definitely is thick? You know, it's not light or weightless. You can feel it on your face, but it's very easy to blend it out when you have a nice beauty blender, even a brush. But my preferred application is definitely using a beauty blender. It blends out evenly on your face within seconds. A downside is that it has such a strong fragrance in it. Every time I pounce this foundation on, I'm always in split mind. I'm like admiring how buttery smooth the application is, and then I'm like, oh, that fragrance is just so strong. In fact, that is something that I've noticed with all Lakme products. They have unnecessary amount of fragrance. So Lakme, you guys, you know I love you, but a quick feedback: cut down on the fragrance. It's okay if it smells bad as long as the product is good. The formula itself sits beautifully on your face. It gives you a very smooth, poreless coverage, complete. It lasts a long time. It lasts pretty much the whole day. But if you are someone who sweats a lot and who does a lot of fidgeting around your nose and everything, it can rub off. So definitely carry around a beauty blender, or basically don't touch your face. Use a handkerchief, a tissue paper, or set it with powder or something like that. It really actually, speaking of powder, it doesn't need setting because it does definitely have a matte application. So I'm in Kerala right now and it's so hot and humid here. It's impossible not to sweat and not to touch your face, not to have a shiny effect by the end of the day. But this foundation actually keeps in check of the shine for about 4 or 5 hours, and then definitely the oil seeps out and everything. But you are good to go for a good 4 or 5 hours if you're not in AC. If you're in AC, you actually don't need touch up at all. And I really love the smooth, poreless application that it gives. You know, today I'm not wearing the Lakme foundation, but I have so many b-roll to share with you, which I will share within this video. I also like that this foundation is water resistant, so if you are caught in a quick little downpour, the foundation is not gonna come off. A little bit of tear, the foundation is not gonna come off. It's water resistant. I have tested it out and it works. One thing I don't like about it though is that on me there tends to be a weird flashback no matter what shade I use. So in person, the foundation just blends in so effortlessly and smoothly into my skin. The color is such a perfect match, but the minute I take out my phone and take a picture, it looks like I'm wearing a white foundation, a lighter foundation. There's like a cast on my face. It could be because of that SPF 20 that is added into the foundation. And if you've watched my previous videos, I'm not really a fan of any SPF that's below 20. So I feel like that could have been avoided in the foundation if that is what is causing the flashback, because an SPF of 15 or 20 is kind of negligible. You have to apply a sunscreen any which ways, so that is a downside, that it flashes back. I don't know if it flashes back on people with lighter skin tones, but on me it definitely flashes back. And how I combat that problem is by applying a bronzer on the perimeter of my face, just over here. So even if it flashes back, the perimeter of my face is still matched to my neck, so it doesn't look weird. It just looks like a glow. It looks like a highlighter that is flashing back. Tricks, I tell you. C390 Cool Cocoa is the darkest shade in the range, and this is slightly too dark for me. And even with this, it flashes back on me. C380 Cool Walnut and N360 Neutral Chestnut are both shades that I can work with, but I'm most comfortable with C380 or even N360, and I mix it in a little bit with C390. So when I mix either one of these last two shades with the very last shade, which is C390 Feel like I'm giving a math class. Anyways, when I mix this with either one of these two foundations, it works perfectly well on my skin tone, as long as I don't take a picture with flash. Oh, then it's just bad. Let me put up those pictures right over here. You guys, if you watched my Farsali review video, this is the foundation that I used in that to do a review and a wear test. So I did a wear test with this foundation alone without any primer, and then I did a wear test with two of the Farsali primers and then this. So you can check out that video right here wherever that card pops up. You can check that out. And now I'm gonna put in the wear test of this alone so you can see how the foundation works on its own. I've even taken a nap in it, gone to sleep in it. It lasts. So anyways, let's get into the wet test. It is 10:10 a.m. Here is a fresh application of the new Lakme Primer Plus foundation, and I have used the shades C390 Cool Cocoa and N360 Neutral Chestnut. And this is without any primer on my face, just on top of my skincare. It's 3:05 p.m. so it's been 5 hours since we applied this foundation. My face definitely looks a little oily, and it's also a little patchy right here. But apart from that, if you look really closely, it looks fine. There is no creasing for sure. The foundation has oxidized on my face. It's definitely turned more cool toned. It's making me look very dull and tired, and that could be because of the shade that we chose. Now I have a cotton pad with, as you can see, that's my skin color, and there's quite a difference with the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there we go. I've taken off the foundation and I feel like my skin looks a lot fresher without the foundation. So something to think about over there. Tomorrow I'm gonna try a different combination of foundation shades, and maybe it'll do a better job. Let's see. Hi! Don't mind my hair because I'm using the hair hack from this video. It's an at-home, no heat hair straightener. Guys, check out that video. Anyways, today underneath my foundation I'm trying the Farsali Skin Tune Blur, and today I'm also using another shade from the Lakme foundation range. I'm using the shade 380 Cool Walnut. I feel like this is a much better match for my skin tone, so we'll see how that goes. I feel better in this shade already. I've got no other makeup on my face other than my lipstick. I'm gonna complete my face makeup with a little bit of mascara and eyebrows. I'm not gonna set my face or apply any cheek products. I'm not applying anything else on my face, so that we can see how this fares by the end of the day. Alrighty, you guys, here we have an update on my face. I'm feeling pretty good about what my face looks like, and right now it's 5 p.m. so it's been 6 hours since we applied the foundation. I feel like with the primer probably it's slightly less oily. You could take a closer look at my pores. Today's day 3 of our little experiment. I am definitely in the same dress I was wearing yesterday. Today we've got the shade in C380 Cool Walnut. I realized that this is my shade. I'm happy about that at least. Now the only thing I have underneath this foundation is the Farsali Unicorn Essence. Of course the lighting in today's video is a little different, but apart from that, guys, what do you feel? It is 11 p.m. so it's been about 4.5 hours since we applied this foundation, and I sweat quite a bit on my upper lip area because it was a very humid day today, and I did like wipe off and rub very gently. I patted off my sweat a couple of times, and I feel like the foundation has definitely rubbed off right over here. I'm even getting a few little bumps over here. I don't really know what that is about because I have been trying out this foundation for a couple of days. I don't know if it is because of that, because I've not done anything else differently. Yeah, here's a nice little close up. So that's that. Alrighty, so that was a wear test. I want to know what you thought about it. By now I'm sure a lot of you have purchased the foundation yourself. Let me know what your thoughts are as well. This is definitely not a rebrand and repackaging of a previous foundation which looked very much similar to this. One of my followers on Instagram, hey Karishma, she actually said that this bottle looks very similar to an older foundation which she was not fond of at all. So I tried it out, keeping her feedback in mind as well. But this foundation is actually really good, you guys. To give you a quick look at 3 shades that match me, I'm gonna do a little swatchy swatch on my jaw. Let's start with N360 Neutral Chestnut. I do not want to get it all over me, but here goes. Oh, that perfume. not a fan. Anyways, next we have C380 Cool Walnut. And if you saw my previous video, you would know that the best place to swatch a foundation is not on your jaw, not on your hand, but on your chest right here. But I feel like it's such a weird angle. Maybe I'll even pop it on my chest so you can see it. If you haven't watched that video, guys, I'll link it here. And finally, we have C390, which is the darkest shade, the 16th shade, Cool Cocoa, right here. It looks like that is the perfect match for me from this, but it is a little too dark when I apply it all over the face. You might have seen it from the wear test. So let me give it a good blend. Do you see how creamy that is? And so easy to blend. Like, I'm hardly tapping into it, guys. It's just so good. Also, get yourself a disposable cotton round. Man, it is so good. This feels like butter, this foundation, you guys. I love it so much. I personally prefer this shade on me because it just, you see, it just blends into my skin tone, especially when I mix it in with this. It's just perfection. But alone, it's a little too dark. Once again, we have C360. Sorry, this is N360. We have C380 right over there. That is just my shade. You see, it just blends in so well. But because of the flashback, I mix it in with C390, which is the darkest shade in the whole bunch. See, you get a proper view when it is on your chest, and this is where you really should be matching. Just mix these two. I'd rather look darker than look like Flashback Mary. So this is the shade that I apply on my face when I'm applying this foundation. This. Let me quickly show off the magic of a disposable cotton round. Do you see that? I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. I will link this down below as well. Alright, now where can you get it? You can get it on the Lakme website, on the Nykaa website, on Amazon. I leave the links down below, and of course across all physical stores where you can get Lakme. Like, Lakme is one of the most commonly found makeups. I'm sure you already know where to get it. By the way, this video is not sponsored, but they definitely send this across to me before they send it to anyone. So I want to thank the Lakme team for sending this across. But you guys, this video is not sponsored. I did not get a single penny for saying anything that I said in this video. So do not be angry with me. Some people just have a problem with sponsorships, you know what I'm saying? Let's get you back up there. Eyes are here. Perfume. I don't have to apply perfume when I'm wearing this foundation. So much of that fragrance in my nose right now. Leave your comments down below. I will get back to as many as I can. If you like this video, smash that thumbs up button, and I shall see you on Instagram. I love you. Mwah.